And if you missed our last episode, that's a shame because it was all about tarot card reading.
Doozy.
Oh, yeah.
I just said the word doozy.
It was awesome, though.
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have Lucy
Joe
back
back?
on the show. And Joe.
Sorry.
We're
You're
not-
still here.
We're not quite in February
here.
yet. So we can safely say Joe is here. He's not worried about, he's not yet, not till February.
Yeah, why worry now?
Yeah,
no,
don't worry
Wait
about
till
it.
the new year.
Just maybe Valentine's Day, just watch your back, I think is what we got from that
Lock
reading.
lock the doors. Board the windows up. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And as I said, we got Lucy back. So welcome back, Lucy.
Thank you for having me. Hello, guys.
No
back.
worries.
Welcome.
And next to Lucy is Joe.
Hello.
Next to Joe is Rob.
Hello.
And then you got me, Dan.
Hello.
And on today's episode, we're going to talk about cock blocking. So if you're not familiar with cock blocking, I'm going to pass you over to Lucy, who's going to tell you all about it.
I like how you passed it on.
So when we talk about what a cock block is, just in case there's people that don't know what a cock block is before we ask you about your story. So what is a cock
What's
block?
everyone's interpretation, maybe? Do
Yeah.
that.
All right, so what's our thoughts on what a cock block is? It's not like a wooden block you put in front of your cock. It's like my interpretation is when you're out somewhere and you have someone come up, you're chatting to a
We're back
a
in the
person that you're into.
1700s, aren't we?
We're back in the 1700s.
But you're out somewhere, you're chatting to someone, and you feel like it's getting somewhere, and then all of a sudden someone comes up and totally just pulls the rug from underneath you, and you end up losing that moment in time to perhaps make this go further. That's my interpretation of what cock block is. Is that something for you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It seems like things are going well. And you might get a cock block from a mate.
Yep.
You might get a cock block from
Family member.
a family member.
A cat.
A cat.
Have you been cock blocked from a cat?
Is there a story
No,
behind
there's
that?
no story, but animals put me off.
Oh. Well,
So hang on, you're your own cock block then.
I could be, yeah. If there's an animal there,
Because
it's
someone
gonna-
might,
it's definitely doing
someone
it.
might go,
Yeah.
oh, there's a cat, there's
Mate.
a budgie.
Goldfish is my limit. If someone's got an aquarium, yeah. The cat's
Really? I really like aquariums. If I go in someone's house
No,
with an
that's what I said,
aquarium, I'm like,
aquarium's fine.
that's what I
next podcast,
I love it.
aquariums.
love it. I used to think if that glass broke, there'd be a load of water on the floor, but then I'd be like, still worth it. Still looks so good. And it's calming. Fish are calming, aren't they?
Yeah.
So back to
Yeah,
cock
quite
blocking.
Yeah.
Sorry, right.
So I think that. I think it's like you're having a lovely conversation, and then someone can come in and ruin it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, that's me.
Is that
That's
more or
fine.
less like? But we're talking as
From
Blokes.
a bloke perspective, Bruce
Yeah.
perspectives.
identified Bruce's. But
Yeah.
we're going to hear from Lucy.
Oh no, my interpretation's completely different.
Oh, go tell us what your cock block is.
It's like when someone wants to, try and get a bit cheeky with you, and you just purposely, like myself,
It's a bit tricky with you.
so
Well,
like,
you
be like,
explain
lock
that.
it off. I've done it a few times actually, quite a lot.
What, being tricky?
Yeah, been really picky. I have a reputation for tricky and being picky. That's my
Tricky and
reputation.
tricky.
So can you tell us then a cock block story?
Oh, yeah, I've got loads, but I have got one. It's
Give
a
us your
bit
top one.
graphic. I'll top one, but it's a bit graphic. But just know, I had my own interests at heart. Okay, so I was 18 and I went on a holiday to Kavos, which is like a Greek island. I went with this friend that went to school with and stuff. So obviously, as you'd think at like 18, you think, oh yeah, probably, as you do, get a bit jiggy with people on holiday, don't you? I didn't personally because I was with someone at the time.
So you didn't get
And
jiggy with them?
Where would
So you was
hang
being
on.
tricky with them,
So
yeah.
the person you were with, were they back? I'm going to assume in the UK,
Yeah,
or were they?
like, well, it
Oh,
wasn't actual anything. It was just a fling. But you
okay.
just really loyal at 18, thinking,
Yeah.
oh no, it's okay. No, I can't do anything.
He's the one.
So, yeah, he's the one. Yeah, at the time, he was the one.
Don't worry about anything. I'm going to be tricky all the time over there.
I was.
I know those tricky people.
You can't out-trick me.
Sorry, Lucy, keep going.
We met
Sorry.
these two guys. We went out for drinks and stuff, and we had this apartment. So basically, this friend of mine was getting a bit jiggy in the apartment with this guy, and I was talking to this guy outside on the balcony. So having a few drinks, smoking every like 10 minutes and stuff. And this guy told me that he was actually part of the Ibiza scene right now. I'm not into that at all, so I wouldn't have a clue what people were talking about. But he was going, oh yeah, I DJ at Amnesia and Pasha and stuff. And I'm just there thinking, I have no clue what he's going on about. But
Yeah, Kevin and Perry hadn't come out yet.
Yeah.
Kevin and Perry go large had not quite come
You're
out.
a few years ahead of your time.
But I wouldn't mind. He was from Birmingham, and I can't stand that accent.
Can you do the accent? Can you give it a go?
Because he was like that going, oh, Lucy, you're really pretty. Did you know that? And I'm just, that sounded a bit scouse, I don't know. But I was just there like, I really can't cope with this accent. Like, thinking of ways I could stop this because he was, I'm really into you, you know. And I was just there like, oh, trying to get like, so.
It's not like you could close your eyes.
No.
And that was an instant cock block.
Yeah.
Not only that, he looks like I don't know if you're into the band UB40, but he looked like the lead singer at UB40. That made it even worse, right? He had like this balding head.
How
he must
old
have
was
been,
he?
He must have been. You know what? He must have been in his late 20s, but he looked older. And I was only 18, and I'm just like, nah, can't do it. Oh,
No.
this is really graphic, and I'm really sorry for a bit squeamish people.
Doesn't involve red wine.
No, no.
You
But
had
it
to.
doesn't
You
involve
had to.
alcohol.
I had to. That's got to be their best one.
Bit of red wine. No, it wasn't. I had to.
And longest, but yeah.
I just started to make myself sick in front of him. So, like, just not even. I don't even know why. I was really
So
drunk.
hang on, you were like physically sick in front of him.
Yeah, like, just basically just like made myself. I've got quite a knack for making
So you-
myself throw up. I just do. Like,
So you cock blocked yourself by throwing up in front of him.
yeah, just so he wouldn't actually like sleep with me and stuff. I was petrified.
Did he still? Did he
that
still
work?
try?
I'm just
No.
yeah.
He asked me if I was okay, and I'm just there like, yeah. Like, oh, I've never seen him again.
Wow.
I wonder if
So-
imagine if he's listening.
He could be.
I can't remember his name. I just knew he was into the Ibiza club scene, so I could have.
He
I could have actually.
could be
Might be a
famous out
famous
there.
DJ.
I know he could be
It
famous
could be,
now.
it could be the guy from UB40.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably doing cover out there.
So you
So-
cock blocked yourself there. So that's interesting. Like, well, I think I know. Stop me if I'm wrong here, gents. But have you guys ever cock blocked yourself? Look, I actually thinking about it. I say stupid shit all the time, and I don't realize that I'm saying stupid shit. And then like 5 sentences later, I'm like, I shouldn't have said that, and that's probably cock blocked me without knowing I've cock blocked myself.
I always think that when cock block, because it's quite not aggressive, but it is like it's a cock and a block. You know, I think like I always thought it's like someone's done that to you on purpose. So you're having a great time, you're talking to someone, and then their friend or someone who feels they have a more gauge on the conversation or the surroundings comes in and is just like, nah, don't even go there. Or they say something like that, or like, he's not wearing the right shoes, or they just made up, obviously, and then they move them away where they were quite happy there, having a drink and having a laugh,
So
and then their friend,
their
potentially,
friends, yeah.
like Karen, maybe.
Karen yep.
comes in, goes, we got to go, we got to get that taxi. And the friend's like, I don't want to get a taxi, I want to talk to you. And then you're like, yeah, I want to talk to you too. And Karen comes in, whisks her away.
Taxi's waiting.
That's that cock block where I think the other things I feel more like it's unfortunate. Like, I can tell this story. Back in the day, I remember me and Rob were out in a club, call it a club, and
Did I cock block you?
no, but you
No, but you
we're
made it up.
talking-
You made it up to it into the night.
we're talking about like when like those unfortunate events where we're talking to these ladies at the time and everything was going really well. They were convinced that we'd swam from Perth to Rottnest. we were in we had done that and it was all going really well until they asked us how many kilometres it was from Perth to Rottnest. And if Rob remembers, I'm pretty sure we guessed that. So I don't know.
Can you remember the number? What was the
can't
number?
Oh,
remember the
no
number now.
idea. But I think that was the end of our. That was
Conversation.
it. Yeah, end of the
Yeah.
conversation. So I don't know if that's the same as a cock block because
We cock blocked ourselves.
we cock blocked
You did yourself.
ourselves.
Well,
I always think
probably-
cock block is someone coming in. I always think someone coming in.
Well, they probably thought they was getting like a bit of like Michael Phelps something. They looked at Robbie and thought, them two swam to Rottnest from Perth, really?
Yeah, 'cause
And then
we-
they looked
we-
at us and went, that beer
Yeah.
belly says something
Yeah,
else
we
right
had
there.
our shirts on, so they had no idea. They had no idea.
Had you
Crazy.
just done it that day as well? Your story.
What,
we've-
swam
we've
from
ju-
Perth to
yeah.
Rottnest?
Was that the part of the story we had just swum back?
So I remember, so Bruce out there chatting to a lovely lady, and Bruce would come up, and he was renowned for saying, like, he'd try and say a joke, but say a joke in completely the wrong way. And so for his humor, he'd find it hilarious, but then the actual line is actually derogatory and becomes quite. So this Bruce would come up all the time, and I'd be chatting to this lady, and he'd come in and say a randomest line, and the girl would go, nah, and just walk the other way and start walking away. Bruce has done that to me so many times.
What was the line?
Oh,
One of the lines.
I don't know if I can say these lines because Bruce would know straight away that I'm talking about him. But
fair
it was you know, like pickup lines. Like he'd try and say a pickup line, like going, are you trying to like say the pickup line? And then the lady would be like, no, I'm out. It would be
Yeah,
so
it's not-
strange.
it's
and
not
out of the blue.
working,
It's
yeah.
a massive cock block in there.
I remember talking about lines and pickup lines. It was always a pickup line, but saying to people, obviously this is quite a few years ago, saying that I was on holiday. That used to be my, be out and about and be saying, hi, how you doing? I'm on holiday, which is quite, and people would, believe that. And then, but what was quite interesting was when I said, I'm a bit of a brickie. I do a bit of brickie in here and there. And they bought that. And a lot of people, didn't blink an eyelid, So whether people were just like, I don't care what he does,
I'll say,
or they genuinely believe that. You can't see by my big arms and if your listeners there, but I definitely don't look like someone who lifts bricks for a living. If that helps with the view. Sucks.
Just need you to build that wall for me.
Yeah, prove it.
I'll say one of the lines from Bruce. All right, we're away one time, and Bruce was there, and sitting there, and this girl I'd spoken to, but then she'd gone back to the group of friends, and then I was across, and you're trying to do the eye thing where you're kind of like looking over just to see what they're doing, and she was kind of looking over at the time. This is years ago. Anyway, she came over and she goes, Tanya comes over and she goes, have you got a cigarette? Have you got any nicotine? You got any? And she said something weird, which is maybe where she might have been cock blocking herself. She goes, you got anything I can suck? As in like, and so then Bruce goes, I got a cock. Or he said, I got a dick. And she just turned around and just went away. I don't think she meant to say, if you got anything I can suck, but she meant like, it's nicotine, pipe,
yeah,
and
it's
that
just
sort
what
of stuff.
come out.
And
Yeah,
in the conversation, it didn't come across that bit of derogatory. But then as soon as Bruce said that, it's like, well, there's the old sinking.
but everybody's different, aren't they?
there.
Everybody's different. Someone may have taken that and gone, yeah, that's what I was thinking, and others not so much.
You never know. Yeah.
There's someone go buy me dinner first, and that.
And a movie.
And a movie, yeah, and that could be the start of a blossoming
And build me that
relationship.
fucking wall.
build me that fucking wall. But is anyone like, just for our listeners, if you've ever been cock blocked or been in a situation where you thought, that could have worked out differently, please leave a comment below. It'd be really interesting to hear that, actually.
How have you been cock blocked?
How have you been cock blocked?
So, Lucy, you said you had many.
Do you have another
Sorry.
one?
Wow.
Do you have another one that you'd like
Yeah.
to share with us?
Another one.
Oh, there's too many, really. I've had the odd, like, when Snapchat used to be, the Snapchat lifted off, and, without going
Sorry,
into
just
too much detail.
when you're like, there's been too many, in my head, I was straight away, like, I was thinking, what, cocks or cock blocks?
Oh,
Jen! Jen!
But we
Guest
know-
comes in.
Oh,
Everything had been
well.
nice, and you've gone.
No,
You've
cock
gone there,
blocks
you've
we're
gone
talking
there.
about.
The way you
Cock
said
blocks.
that.
We were there.
You don't even.
You don't even know
Come
what you've
on,
done.
get
You
your,
don't
get
know
your
what
head
you've
back
done.
in the game.
All right, mate.
Get your head back in the
Yeah.
podcast.
Sorry, Lucy.
Yeah, we're
so-
sorry,
Do you have
Lucy.
another cock block story for us?
Yes, there was one where, and this is when Snapchat really, when people used to use Snapchat a lot. I mean, in my young era days, but I went on a night out, and I met this guy. not his full name, but his nickname was Elmo.
Elbow.
So
Elmo.
I'm
Elmo.
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 Yeah, like,
Oh,
obviously, where my
Muppets.
mind went there, and I'm like, okay. So
Elmo.
he was trying to get
Was he
onto
red
me
and fuzzy?
all night. No, but
'Cause
I
Elmo's
was
red,
picturing
isn't he?
that.
Could be red.
What-
Is he a redhead?
No, he had dark hair, but he actually had a tattoo though on his chest that said Elmo. I was just there like,
Oh, I'm so interested.
For
Oh,
me,
I'm so-
instant cop block. I'm
He's
thinking,
instantly done it himself.
How
He's
is
like,
that cop block?
blocked
I'd be
himself
like-
instantly.
It's like
that.
squeeze
Tell-
me and I'll do a laugh.
Tell me more.
Whatever it is. Sorry, keep going.
But then towards the end of the night, and nothing happened. Blah blah blah. But he was like, trying to put his arm around me and stuff like that. And I'm not really very attentive to quite a lot of like people putting their arms around me and stuff. So I was just a bit like a snake, sort of slithering away. But then towards the end of the night, because he told me his nickname was Elmo, all I could picture was Elmo. And obviously thinking, oh my God, imagine actually getting jiggy with him and just imagining Elmo. Like that.
Just to say, Rob did that just then. That
Yeah,
wasn't a
thank you,
sound
Rob.
from Sesame Street. It wasn't a button we pressed. That was
That was
genuine.
So we added each other on Snapchat, not a number, it was Snapchat. And the day after, because I just kept on thinking nothing happened, like we didn't, and then he messaged saying, oh, it was so great to see you last night. Like, I'd love to meet up again. And I just went instant block. Like, I just blocked.
Do you think women are more picky than men? Do you think?
Oh, I'm really picky.
Or
Yeah.
not just men, but like people in general. Some people are more picky. Because I'd have been intrigued. I'd be like, why do they call you Elmo? I'd have been asking those type of questions.
I couldn't really get past the fuzzy bit in the Sesame Street.
Because when, like you said, I was thinking red hair. Maybe he's got red hair or something like that, and they call him Elmo because of that, or maybe his last name's Elmo.
I think his last name was Morton, but I can't remember what his
Elmo
other name
Morton.
was. Yeah.
But
Wow.
let's just keep it as Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce, sorry.
name dropping.
Shout out to Elmo Morton.
Name
out there.
dropping. But I remember this lovely lady who was in London who I bumped into, and her name was Tanya Muffles.
No.
So straight, so it's intriguing to go
Muffles.
Muffles. Why do they call you? Why do they call you Muffles?
Miss
And
Muffles.
Muffles, yeah.
Why are people
But-
giving away nicknames when they meet strangers? I don't get it.
Like Elmo.
Like Elmo
Well, it was
Muffles.
tattooed on his chest. I think. But then again, unless his shirt's
Does she have
open.
tattooed muffles on her chest? That'd be
She
hilarious.
she had a muffin tattooed here, and for those that can't see,
You're stroking your nipple right now.
yeah, so around the breast area
Around the
there was a
breast area.
muffin, and the other side, where her other breast was another muffin.
So there were two muffins.
They're two muffins.
So that's why she was called Muffles.
Yeah,
she's called
muffins,
Muffles.
muffins. Yeah.
Is that so? I'm
That's
not
true
going to say
story.
it. I'm not going to say it. I was going to say something really wrong.
So if you're out there,
Yep.
drop us
I don't know where to go.
not drop
with
us a line, but
Muffles.
Muffles.
Are you
We're going to
bluffing
end
my
on
muffin?
muffles. Is that she can muffle people? Sorry,
what's
that was
chicken muffle?
terrible.
What's that?
Yeah, she's got two dozen. I can't explain it. Oh my god! But we well, so you haven't heard it here first, but you might have heard it
Yeah,
here.
you got any
Yeah.
Yeah.
any
Well, the cause just come to town, and when we mean town, we mean Perth, West Australia.
So what you reckon we can get one of the calls in? You got a line into the calls?
Yeah, I reckon we could give them a shout out. Any of our Irish listeners, if you want to give them a text, not saying that everyone who's Irish knows the cause, but it is one of the biggest things to come out of Ireland since. Anyone else?
I can't.
You too?
No.
I was waiting for you to say that.
No.
I
Is there
was
no?
Ugh.
There's
Five
loads of
hours?
stuff come from Ireland.
Tons.
Tons
Tons.
of
Yeah.
stuff. But
Yeah.
right now we're focusing on the cause.
Of course.
Calls.
Because we can't list all everything else.
No.
It's too
We
too
we
much.
we got
Bewitched.
we got a
Bewitched.
shout out. We got to do yeah.
Bewitched, yeah, they're from Ireland.
I
Yeah.
like Bewitched.
Yeah, I don't know if they're coming to Perth or. Yeah, big shout out there to Bewitched.
Cool.
Is that a bit of Daniel O'Donnell,
Yeah, probably.
Please
yeah,
write in
maybe.
and tell the rest of us who that is. Yeah, if anybody
Yes.
knows.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we could do. But no, the cause, you'd be welcome any time on our show, and but that from us.
So
Well,
we're
hang
going
on,
to
I've
do
got-
a shout out to our sponsors
Yeah.
as well, don't we? So we want to do a big shout out to Panel and Paint. So they're up in Nangara. Can you read out their address and their phone number for
They
us?
are
mate?
indeed. Unit 477, Motivation Drive, Wangara. And their number is 0483 147 140.
And the other thing is, because we've got the lovely Lucy back again, you did an amazing tarot reading for us on the last episode, and it's great to have you come back in. Would you?
Sorry, amazing.
Amazing. It was amazing.
Maybe for everyone else it was.
Joe's going on holiday in February.
But would you like to do a shout out for your tarot reading again, just so we can put that out there again? So perhaps the number to contact if they would like to get you to come and do a tarot reading for them.
Oh, yes. The number to contact me for a tarot reading is 0466 998 591.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Well, I think there's only one last thing to do. Yeah?
We're going to sign off. So here we go.
Thank you very much.
If I would run away, it would be with you. 4 beers in.
4 beers in.